We then have tonal content, or the frequency spectrum. Our ears can also detect the rate of those sound waves. If I play this sound, that's the fattest string on an acoustic guitar, then we perceive that as an E on the musical scale. But what really happened was your eardrum was pushed back and forth in sympathy with that sound, and your brain counted it as happening 82.41 times a second. I mean, can you believe it counted the waves and you just perceive that as an E, right? The next string has your brain count it as at exactly 110 times a second, or an A. And then these are the rates for the other strings. Now, by the way, a shortcut for saying 110 compressions of air pressure waves a second is just to say 110 hertz. So, for example, when I say 440 hertz, for example, I'm saying that the sound wave is vibrating at 440 times a second. Once we get into thousands of hertz, we say kilohertz, or K for short. Humans hear roughly from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, or waveforms that cycle from 20 times a second to 20,000 times per second. We tend to lose our top end as we age. But to hear some pitches and what they are, let's hear a sweep from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, or 20 kilohertz. It's kind of like how light is broken up into different wavelengths of color through a prism or a rainbow. Sound lives in a certain area of the spectral bandwidth, and depending on how complex the sound is, there are all sorts of overtones and harmonics to any sound. So keep in mind that while a guitar's fundamental pitch range is about 80 hertz to 2000 hertz, there are many more overtones and harmonics that vibrate at higher pitches above that. So, I mean, what do we need to know all this? Well, when we get into mixing EQ, it pays to know where each instrument kind of lives in this tonal spectrum. Also, if you're needing to kill a feedback frequency, it pays to kind of know where that problem frequency lies so that we can fix it.